Hi everyone, this is Sharon. Today I have a journal flip through for you. This one is a custom requested journal and it's going off to a sweet lady in South Korea. What I did for this journal is I wrapped it up with this rather wide sari silk ribbon, and then I embellished that with this piece of jewelry on the front, and I added a little pin on the back so that it could be clipped on. And if we unwrap her like a present, it's quite an ornate cover. This is a beautiful cover I got from Jacqueline at Souvenir de la France. And she sent me the front and back cover, and so I had to construct my own spine. And it is quite a wide one. I sort of like the freedom of not having a spine, so I can just craft away and make it as thick as I want and then create my spine afterwards. So this one is about 2.5 inches wide. I visited my hoardy pile of fabrics from Roxy Creations. I think a lot of you out there have those piles. But I really wanted a nice ornate tapestry fabric, and I found this one. It's really pretty, and it has these like metallic threads going through it. Because of the metallic threads and all of the intricate embroidery on there, I did make these little headers on the top and the bottom just to kind of finish off the edge so it doesn't fray too much, and I just did some hand stitching around that. And then I also added a little bit of lace on the inside of the spine. So that's the cover. Oh, I should show you the back. It's just as pretty. And then heading on to the inside of the journal, I covered the inside covers with these beautiful images from Raindrop Lila. I've got some nice old linen fabric for the spine and this floral pattern. As far as digitals go, quite an array of artists in here again. I will link their shops below. I mainly used Lace Boutique One, Luna Rosu, Ruby and Pearl, Uniquely Ella, and Souvenir de la France. And I've got some GT designs in here too with some of her laces. So if we start going through this first page, I just did a little cluster on the top with a wax seal. And then I kind of wrapped around that page this antique piece of French wallpaper. I have a little French ephemera box, and I rated that for this journal. It's really lightweight, but it's just got a really gorgeous pattern on there. And then I also clipped to that page this antique calling card, and it's got someone's nice handwriting on the inside. Here I used a book page of some architecture for the page. And then here I've got a pocket. I added a strip of muslin with some decorative stitching on there. And then in that pocket, I'll let you see the picture. In there I've got this little booklet that I created. And I love, this is one of my favorite kits, I think, from Lorna Taylor. It's like a sampler book. It's just got beautiful handwriting and samples in there. And I created this pocket on the inside, and then in there I tucked this tag. That's the back side. On this page, I use this, I think it's bean dyed paper or cabbage dyed, one or the other. And I just punched the edge of that. And then I wrapped this vintage check piece around there. And I attached to that some vintage French fabric and some lace with this rusty pin. And if I just pull that off, you can see the whole thing. This is from 1941. And then on this side behind it, I had clipped this French book page, and I just embellished it a little bit with a stamp on there, or a sticker. Here I've got these beautiful birds from a bird book that I have. And this page I had just embellished with this metallic paper that I punched. On the inside of the signature, for the page, I used this telegram image, and then I created these pockets with this beautiful design from GT Designs. And then in there, I've got these two tags. I just love the contrast of these two mother and daughter images. This one, they're dressed up in their finest clothing, very regal and formal. And then here, these two are very relaxed in nature, just enjoying each other's company. And then on the back, I've got some old ledger paper. And then I just top them with some fabric. On this page, I took this piece of fabric. It was in a bundle of like an old French sampler pack. I don't know if these fabrics were for ties or what. They're all pinstripes and plaids. And I put this little label that was on the pack with it. I just clipped that on with a brad. Another page for writing. And then here I've got another pocket and more of that architectural book page. And then in here I've got this little booklet that I tied up. It's kind of like a trifold. I added this piece of ticking on there. And then on the inside I've got another one of those pockets. And in there I've got this menu. Here I used, again, some of that beautiful washi tape from Lace Boutique 1, and then just embellished this page with some lace. Here I embossed some craft paper and used that as my corner tuck. And then in there I've got this antique French postcard. And also this piece, it's a French piece as well. I don't know what it is. It looks like, it says laboratories, something. I should have looked these up, but I don't know if it's like some kind of apothecary thing. I'm not sure. Maybe someone can help me out. Here for the page, I use this paper placemat. And then put a little tab on that page. On this side of the page, I clipped on this little trifold that I made from a piece of ledger paper. And then I've got this pocket with this vintage playing card on the inside. Here I just embellished this page with a little fussy cut from Roxy Creations. This is a dictionary page. And then I lined it with this beautiful lace image on this side of the page. That's one of my favorites. I love using that one. And then in there, I've got these two botanical journaling cards. Just some beautiful colors in those. This is a page that Jacqueline sent along with the book cover. It was, I believe, the title page for this particular book. And it's 18, let's see. I always try to do these on camera and then I can't do it. 1859, I think. Did some stamping. And then these lovely ladies on this page. In the center of the signature, I created these two lacy top tucks. And then in there, I've got some writing spots. These beautiful birds, I absolutely love these. These are from Twisted Paper Studios. She's got like a French illustration bird kit. And I just put those on some vellum. And then some French book pages mixed in. Here's another botanical that I printed on vellum. And then I've got a writing page on the back side. And this one's pretty much the same with different images. And these I just stitched across the top with my sewing machine. Here I embellished a little bit with this little lacy ruffle on there. Another one of the original book pages. On this page, I just decided to create this little corner tuck with these yo-yos. So I've got 3 of those there, and I just left them open at the top. And then in there, I tucked these vintage photos of Madrid. In this side tuck, I've got another journaling card, this beautiful image from Luna Rosu. And then I just brought that around and created a side tuck on the back and put a couple sheets of writing paper in there. Here I embellished the top with this sari ruffle, a little bit of lace. And then on this side of that paper placemat, I just folded it in to create a little side tuck. And then I've got these 2 wedding photos tucked in there. On this page, I've got this little waxed piece. This is one I did in a recent tutorial. And I just fused 2 pieces of paper together with some beeswax. And you can see the writing come through there. On this side of the page, I attached this little booklet that I made. Just a little bit of writing room in there. Here I've got this old onion skin correspondence from the early 1900s. Just added this pocket to the bottom, and then I've got this. I originally thought of it as a policy envelope with a topper, but you could also look at it as a tag with an extra deep pocket, I guess. And in there I've got this photo, little tag. And then this is the back. These are actually button cards from Luna Rosu. I love she's got a set of those, and they're really pretty. Here I took this lace pocket piece, and in there I've got this little card. And then I've got an antique French letter from, I think it's 1871, the way it looks. Some pretty writing on the inside. Here I did some stenciling with paste on the top and the bottom. And then on the side of the page, I clipped on another card. Included a number of botanicals in this journal. I love to intersperse those. On this page, I took some of my pressed hydrangeas and just adhered them to the bottom of that page. And then I clipped on this little journaling card. I had to add this piece of adding tape because this little purpley and pinky red colors in there were exactly the same as the fabric I have on that side. But it's got this beautiful frame on there, and then some writing room on the back. Here I created a fabric flip with this pretty fabric. And then I've also got a couple pieces of lace that I tacked onto the top with this pretty hat pin. And then under there, there's some writing room, and I have a little bit of stamping too. For the center signature, I took this old plate that, I don't know if it came out of a book or where. I've had it for quite a few years, but I absolutely love this image. It's called Between Friends, and here this guy, he looks pretty jolly, opening a bottle of wine, and this lady is serving them, and this guy's just waiting there with his umbrella to be served. It's just a very happy picture. And then on my strings, I've just got a couple of vintage stamps. And then here, I've got this ribbon tied up with a bow on this side, and then on this side, it's holding in this little tablet of sorts with just some miscellaneous offcuts and pieces of paper. that can be used for writing. On this sampler piece, I just added a little bit of linen with some lace on there. Here on this page, I've clipped on this envelope. I just brought it over the page. And I added this metal piece on there onto the flap. And then in there, I've got just another journaling card that I inserted. And then on this page, again, I did some stenciling with paste. Here I created a top tuck with this piece of lace. And then in there I tucked this antique French postcard. And then over in this pocket, I created another tag with this large pocket. And then in there I've got this pretty image. Again, this one was made with those button cards. Here I just added a little bit of fabric to the bottom. On this page, I took more of that lace that I used for that pocket. I just added these teeny tiny buttons on there for a little bit of embellishment. And then here in this pocket, just added some old buttons on the top. This is a divider from a filing system, so it's got some letters on there. Little embellishing with some wool and decorative stitching on there. In this spread, I have this image from Chryslana Crafts. I love that one. And then I just embellished a little bit on the bottom of that page. And then over on this side, I took some deep brown velvet to kind of match this image and created a belly band, added this decorative button. And then in there, I tucked an old French postcard and this old, I don't know the date, it looks quite old though, some beautiful handwriting on this old French letter. That's what that page looks like. Another book page here, and this is a digital. And then I've got this journaling card that I made. Here I adhered, excuse me, this book page to another book page from the same book. This is an interior of a house with this beautiful chandelier, so I just took some little bit of glitter to brighten that up some. And then I created this pocket on the side. And in that pocket, I've got this coffee dyed envelope that I made. I did a little bit of collaging on there. You can see the tag that's inside peeking through the windows. And then on the back side, I just created this side tuck. And then inside, I've got this journaling card. Here I just clipped on this little faux, I was going to say trading card, but I don't think it was an advertising piece. I think it was just like a, well, it is, yeah, I think it is an advertising piece actually. Here on this page, I just created this little ruffle with some sewing tissue paper, then another paper ruffle and a little bit of blingy stuff on top. And then here I created a corner tuck with this postcard image, and then in there I've got this waxed piece. And then I also have this page from a Needlecraft magazine. I'm not sure the date on this. Let's see if we can find one. I think it was from the 40s or 50s. On this page, I just embellished it a little bit with some linen and then did a little stamping on there. And then on this side in this pocket, I created this little floating pocket. Did a little bit of stitching on each end. And then in there, I've got a couple of small journaling cards. And then I have this larger tag in the pocket. Here on this page, I embellished again with some of that metallic paper that I punched. Just created a little belly band and put in some antique pieces of ephemera in there. Here with this sampler page, I just added some of my own fabrics on there and did a little bit of stamping. Here I created a side tuck on this old music sheet page. And then in there I've got this card, some paint samples on there, and then this beautiful image. Another sari ruffle on this page. And then I also took some antique wallpaper and just embellished and punched that a little bit. Added it to the page. Some of these collage pages are so pretty, I don't want to add too much to them. Here I've got a little fabric cluster on the top of this page. And then on this page, I use this vellum strip as a pocket. And then there I've got a couple of journaling cards. Could these two get any cuter? I think they're adorable, even though neither one looks like they're really excited about having their picture taken. I just backed those with some, I think these are from the Chickadee kit from Ruby and Pearl, and then these back ones are from a different kit, Golden, I think. Here in the center, I've got two vellum pockets again, and I've got this really pretty book image of this chateau in Milan. Maybe it's not a chateau, but it's a villa. I love that image. And then in the pockets, I created these two tags. And what I did was I took this pretty lamb picture from Ruby and Pearl, and I just tore it kind of down the middle and created two separate cards. And then I backed those tore pieces with this pretty, I think it's a wallpaper image. And then on the back, I've got some writing room and a little bit of stenciling on there. And then I just added these fabric tabs. Here I created a top tuck, and then in there I've got this page from an old cookbook, and then this pretty image of these women on the porch. I love that. And then here I just embellished this page with some lace and a button. Here I created a pocket and added a little bit of lace to that. And then in there, I created a little tag with this index card and just left the writing room on the back. On this page, I clipped on this vintage French envelope, and I just embellished it with a sticker on the side. And then on the back, I kind of created a little bit of a side tuck that you could stick something in. This is, again, some old piece of French wallpaper. And then inside, I just tucked some vintage ephemera goodies in there. Here I created a tab with the sticking fabric. And then on this side of the page, I took a page out of an, excuse me, an embroidery book and just created this little trifold item. I put this tab on there using that label, and then I've got another little label on the back side. And then on the inside, I kind of made it into sort of a wallet type thing where I created these 4 pockets. And you can use that to store things in. I just added a couple of little pieces of paper in there for now. I love this fabric, or this, I don't know if it's fabric, it almost looks like a tapestry fabric. I thought maybe it was wallpaper, but it's really beautiful. And then on this page, I've got a top tuck, added a little bit of lace. It's actually, you could use it as a double tuck because you could stick something under the lace and under the papers part of it. And then in there, I've got this printed out telegram, and I did some stenciling on the back. And that brings us to this last page where I just added, and I'm losing my voice, this piece of craft paper that I embossed and just added a little bit of gold ink on there. And this is the image I used for the inside cover on the back. So that is my journal for today. I hope this gets off to the home of the owner in not too distant future. And until next time, bye-bye.